There once was a man that had a desire to have a powerful impact in the lives of others, so he became a registered nurse. But when he graduated and started working on the floor, he found out that unfortunately it is true that nurses do eat their young. Both he and the other people who started around the same time as him were the victims of bullying. And as dismaying and disheartening as this was, this man understood something important. The only reason that the bullies were able to behave in this manner is because they had influence. And the only reason they possessed any form of influence whatsoever is they were just there longer than the other nurses. So he also understood that by developing leadership skills and investing in the growth of others, he would be able to take some of that influence for himself. So this is exactly what he did. It took about a year or so, but eventually he also became one of the charge nurses on the unit and was able to start having a greater influence in terms of how things went. It was only a matter of time before other people that he had similar values as also became charge nurses. And these people all collaborated to be able to shift the culture of where they were working. And before long, the culture shifted so much that that initial group of bullies didn't even recognize what was going on there, and they became uncomfortable and ultimately left. So what's the moral of this story? Well, if you're working somewhere where bullying is a regular part of the culture, then you really have one of two options. Either to leave, which oftentimes is going to be your best bet. But if you're working somewhere that you're actually very passionate about and you don't want to be chased out of that, then you have no choice but to develop leadership and influence. Yes, on top of all the other things that nurses have to do, changing the culture of where they work shouldn't have to be one of those things. But let's be realistic. Management has their hands full and they're not going to be working on that anytime soon, so it falls to you. And I can tell you from firsthand experience that taking the time to develop leadership skills as a nurse is one of the most profitable things that you can do, and it'll also go a very long way in terms of allowing you to ascend in your career. So don't sleep on this.